Welcome. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello. Welcome to Amplified Impact, episode number 79. So, whether you're here watching live in the Facebook group, Amplified Impact for multi passionate female entrepreneurs, or you are listening to the podcast, thank you for being here. Before we even dive into the episode, I just want to share with you, if you find value from this, you're loving these episodes, do me a favor, invitation to head over to Apple iTunes and leave us a review. This does so much for allowing our podcast to reach more people. And you know, the mission here is you being the ripple that makes waves. Just one person can start a massive wave pool. So thank you. Thank you for being here. And be sure to, if you're here live on Facebook, celebrate. Put something into the chat where we begin always with a celebration. I am so freaking excited because my DMs have been going off of people wanting to start their business, grow their business, scale their business. It's like all of the work that I've been doing is adding up, and people are starting to take action. They're not just thinking about it. And I know as a multi passionate woman, it's so hard to know exactly what it is that you want to do. It's important that we really tap into our heart and get clear, get super clear and organized. Like, what do I want to take action on? And today I want to talk about niching. What does it mean to niche? If you're new to business, niches, who the heck do you want to work with? If you haven't already listened to the 4-part video series, Fully Booked, invitation to go to amberhagberg.com/fully booked. What does it mean to attract soulmate clients? First, you have to know who the heck it is that you want to serve. I know so many people that stop their desire to make a difference in the world because they don't know who they want to niche down to. Because the old way of doing business is like, I work with yoga teachers who wear Nikes and they only do yoga at Lululemon and drink coffee at Starbucks. And it's like, you're put in this tiny little box. And so instead of taking action, you stop. The first thing that I want to tell you, and you know if you've been in my world for a while, action leads to clarity. Clarity leads to confidence. You might not know exactly who it is you want to work with, but you know what it is that you're passionate about. You know what it is that you want to help other people do. Take action and see who starts to reach out to you based on your messaging. Your messaging and the way in which you show up and you talk about who you are and who you serve is going to be who you attract into your world. So no, you do not need to micro niche down to be successful. And actually, being a multi-passionate woman is your superpower. It's your gift. But you need to have structure and organization to create consistency and congruency for the people that are coming into your world, and they really get to understand how it is that you can help them. One of the biggest things that stops multi-passion is like they have so many ideas, they take action on all of these ideas, and they see none of them all the way through. One of the first things we do in my program, Amplified Impact, is get clear on what program are you going to launch into the world right now. But when you're creating a multi-passionate brand, what I want you to think about as a multi-passionate entrepreneur when you're thinking about your brand is, instead of micro niching down and putting yourself into a box, ask yourself this one question. What is your mission? Who is it that you desire to serve? And I'm going to give you my example. I teach multi-passionate women just like you how to open your heart even deeper and to create an aligned business online that allows you to live a life of freedom and opportunity with ease and effortlessness, where you're joyful and living with purpose on purpose. Your turn after this podcast, after this training, take a moment and write down on a piece of paper in 2 sentences, my mission statement. What is the result? What is the transformation? What is the solution? What is the problem that you're solving for your dream soulmate clients? After they work with you, where will they be? What will they have? What will the transformation be? You get to look at your own life as an example of how you got to where you are, how you've created the success that you have. Then you get to decide your 3 to 5 top passions, 3 to 5 top beliefs. And these are what I like to call your main pillars that you help your clients to achieve. Their deep desire. What are they yearning for? Like if there was a magic wand and they could just and have it, what would they be doing? What would they be living? How would their life look? And an example, I know that with the clients I work with, multi-passionate women that have successful businesses, they need to master these 4 pillars. Pillar number 1 is embodiment. Embody the work. Practice what you preach. Live by what you teach. It's easy for us to give advice. It's easy for us to support. When we actually have to implement it is when we become magnetic. It's when we become attractive because we are radiating out the energy of what we believe. And every time you go to create something, launch something, do something, you become more of an energetic match, or you move away depending on what it is that you're doing, thinking, and believing. And this is why we're constantly becoming the energetic match for our work. It's how we start to really attract people into our world, and why this is such an important pillar for business owners. Pillar number 2, you have to be invested. Invested physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. At first, it's investing in the resources to learn how to run a business. And then you have to be invested with your time and energy to do the work once you know what it is that you need to do. You need to be invested in practicing what it is in your programs, your offers, what it is that you're doing, so that you become the energetic match for your clients. They see you living the life that they desire. They see you practicing what it is that you're sharing. So you're invested in your time, what it is that you do on a day-to-day basis. You're invested in your effort, showing up and doing the work. You're invested financially. When you need support, you get it, and you know the value of mentorship. Because otherwise, then you're just throwing spaghetti at social media or online, trying things and you don't actually know if they work. Pillar number 3 is strategy. This is where you show up and you do the work. Strategy is doing content strategy, nurture the people in your community, grow your audience, constantly bringing new soulmate clients into your world, and selling your sacred services. You have to show up, you have to sell, or people aren't going to come into your world. Strategy, the masculine, that's what you're doing, and also the strategy of being. If you're embodying your work, if you're implementing the strategy, then it's time for you to surrender to God, universe, source, and allow everything that you're doing to slowly add up. There's a unique timeline that we all hold when we have a family and kids, when we grow a business, when we move to the next level, trusting the unique timeline where your strategy is like, I'm going to do this no matter what, because my mission, I believe in my mission statement so much that I'm going to do it regardless if anyone signs up this month, next month, or this year. And then lifestyle, creating a business around the desired life you want. Some people have a no hands-on at all in their business. They hire everything out completely, and it's passive other than checking on the back end stuff. Some people are always in live coaching, everything live, here and now, in the moment. Mompreneurs aren't that way. People that don't desire to be connected to their clients aren't that way. It really depends on the freedom you desire in your life and your business, and looking at your end result. I like to reverse engineer. What do you want in your business, your lifestyle? And then creating a strategy that supports the lifestyle that you desire. And it can be both passive and live. Evergreen, meaning that people are signing up for your programs, you're doing nothing other than maybe managing ads, maybe directing them through social media. And then live launching, where every time you live launch, you're in it, the post, the stories, the free trainings, etc., etc. It gets to be a both. It can be hybrid. That's what I'm all for. I'm for hybrid. I like to meet right in the middle. But now it's your turn to pick 3 to 5 pillars that represent you, your brand, and your business as a whole. These pillars will be your passions, your gifts, your skills. And this is going to be the foundation, the anchor of your content, your offers, and your business. So every time you post a piece of content, it has to do with one of your pillars. Every time you launch a program, it's one of your pillars. And your entire business is seen as these 3 to 5 pillars, and you can put them in those categories where it makes sense. And you can always do things that don't make sense sometimes too. I'm all for that. Breaking the rules, breaking your own rules, especially breaking your own rules. Your business isn't going to be every single one of your passions. But what do you lead your business with? This is so important. How are you leading your business? What do you want to be known for, recognized for? And how are each one of these pillars holding as an anchor to get your clients to where they desire to go? So you don't need to micro niche that to grow or scale your business. But what you do need is a clear content strategy with your pillars, so that your audience knows exactly what it is that you help them do, and they consistently come into your world for one of these 4. Some people will come to you, for me, for business. Some people come to me for lifestyle. Some people come for embodiment. Some come for invested. There's many different ways to teach your pillars, which is what I love so much. Is it's opening up this doorway of, like, sometimes for me, I'm talking about being investing in real estate, buying and building homes. Sometimes it's investing in a coach to teach me how to run ads. Sometimes it's investing in a therapist to help me integrate my birth. All of these are in the pillar of my business. And when you create your I help statement, make sure that in your Instagram bio, on your Facebook, on your website, where people find you, it's really clear about who it is that you help and how it is that you help them. For me, it's like business coach for multi-passionate entrepreneurs to ditch the hustle so that you can find more ease in your business. How? Through finding a soul-aligned strategy. This comes into lifestyle, where you actually get to make money, because money allows you to invest. You can invest into enhancing your skills, invest into taking your family on vacation, invest into a coach to help you get to your next level. When you look at your Instagram bio, your Facebook, like, what is it that you do? Why does it matter for me to help you connect to your heart? So that you do what it is that you want to do, where you can be really discerning that it's not following what someone told you to do. This is why there's thousands of strategies online, And this is why those thousands of strategies work. What works from someone and doesn't work for someone else is they are not in alignment with this strategy. You want to find a strategy that you believe in, that supports your lifestyle, that you can be fully invested in your time, in your energy, in your effort. Some people don't want to waste their time on organic strategy because showing up online, posting in stories, posting in emails, sending out emails, this is a big time investment. That's energy. Whereas other people don't want to financially invest into ads. The truth is they all work. When someone finds your bio, what is it that you help them do? And why is it that you believe in that? Then create content that attracts them. Your content strategy, you want to be posting. How consistently is up to you. But being posting so that you attract soulmate clients. And also you don't have to post it all, you just be the embodiment of your work, and who you are radiates outward. Something that I teach in Amplified Impact is creating depth with the clients that you do have, so that there isn't extra work. It's like, I'm gonna give you my heart and soul in this program because I know that when you receive such transformation, you're gonna go tell your friends. And your friends tell their friends. And this is how one person becomes the ripple that makes waves. So every single client that you get to work with is the ripple that starts to make your wave pool. Focus on the transformation of just one. I've worked with people before that are like, I need more than 3 or 5 people or I'm giving up. And I'm like, well, you have to start somewhere. You have to build your brand somewhere. You have to build your confidence somewhere. You have to see the actual results that your clients get. You have to begin. And then you grow along the way. When you begin to grow and master your skills and what you're teaching in your programs, then you can welcome in 100, 1,000 more people into your programs. But the slow trickles allows you to refine and master your skills and to have an even bigger impact. So for me, I celebrate every single person. Like, I'm so excited. I just had another DM. Someone inquiring to work with me. I celebrate before they even sign up to work with me. And if they choose to wait, if they choose to not respond, if they choose not to sign up with the link, I celebrate that. Because now I'm on so many different mentor dream vision boards that one day when they all decide to sign up, I'll already have refined my skills. So I celebrate knowing that my work is working when they reach out in my DMs. I celebrate when they sign up. I go to my husband, I'm like, I got a new client. And he's like, okay. But it's like, I'm so excited. And then if they don't sign up, I'm like, I had another inquiry. It doesn't matter to me. Because I know that the work I'm doing, I'm going to continue to do regardless of how long it takes for me to get to where I want to go. And in that holding the void, it's a stretchy space. It's not easy. It's not fun. But the one thing that holds so many people back is they sit on that one epic business idea or 10 epic business ideas or 100 epic business ideas. Because what will other people think? What if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? What if I'm not successful? Well, I shared this on my Instagram not long ago. If you're not following me there, head over to Amber Hagberg on Insta. Walt Disney was told he wasn't creative enough. Steve Jobs was fired from his first business he created. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't a good TV speaker. Imagine if they would have quit because of what other people thought or because of their failures. They're literally legends creating multi-million, billion-dollar legacies because they just kept going. Your fails are just leading you to your next successful launch or business idea. Stop sitting on that idea and start taking action, and you are going to be blown away at the impact that you have, because that one business idea could be the winner or the next 10. keep creating and creating from your heart, knowing that this is your passion. This is why we're meant to be alive, to follow what makes us feel good being here. Passion-based businesses drive us to feed our heart and our soul, to live in yoga as we call our dharma, our purpose. So go for it. Go all in. Write a mission statement for your business. Pillar out your business 3 to 5. Create a list of all the different ideas you have for programs. And then if you want to grow together, reach out about Amplified Impact. This is my 2-month, 8-week business mentorship where we get crystal clear on who it is that you serve, your soulmate clients, creating a content strategy around your 3 to 5 pillars, how you attract them into your world, the way in which you nurture them, you teach them through free trainings, masterclasses, podcasts. We find your aligned strategy, and then the consistency for you to show up and sell. Whether you create masterclasses, you show up on Instagram, you create funnels, finding your idea for a soul-aligned selling strategy. This is for you if you're so ready to start and grow your online business so that you can begin teaching what you're really passionate about to make a bigger difference, for more time, for more money, for more freedom, so that you can be with your family, so that you can invest more into what you're passionate about, so that you can live the life that you deserve, that you desire to live. Amplified Impact is about you being the ripple to make waves. This is for you if you're ready to start taking action, to not sit on that multi-million-dollar business idea, and to start with where you are with what you have, and really focus on the depth and the power of your work, and we refine as you grow along. So if that's something that's speaking to you, it's amberhagberg.com/amplifiedimpact1. I would love to chat with you on Instagram if you have any questions. We can voice memo back and forth. If you're like, is now the time? Am I ready? There's no hard selling. It's just me really like diving into where you're at in your business, what ideas you have. If Amplified Impact's for you, if you want to do one-on-one coaching instead. I'm really excited to hear from you. If you're live on Facebook, share with me, what is your mission statement? What are your 3 to 5 pillars? And I can give you a little bit of hot seat coaching there in the comments. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, it would mean the world to me if you head over to Apple iTunes and leave us a review if you're finding value out of this podcast. And I will see you next Tuesday, and I will chat with you. Bye.